Ready for a wild ride? Here are 19 reasons to watch Maximum Overdrive. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Dave Musson, at Dave Musson on Instagram, and this is a place where I talk to you about all things Stephen King. And in this video, we're tackling another Stephen King adaptation. In fact, we're in 1986, and we are covering the first and so far only King adaptation to be directed by Stephen King. I'm talking, of course, about Maximum Overdrive, which is loosely based on the short story Trucks, which you can find in Night Shift. Now, we'll get to the 19 reasons to watch this cult classic in a moment, but first, a few things to plug. So, I'll try and get through these as quickly as possible, but first of all, we've got the Stephen King quiz book, the ultimate Stephen King quiz book, in fact, which I wrote, published last year. You can find on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, links in the description. Pick it up if you like. It covers everything you could ever want to cover from the world of Stephen King. More than 3,000 trivia questions. Go test your knowledge. Other things you can do. Also in the description, you'll find a link to sign up to my weekly newsletter. You get my mini collection Mirrored plus 10 Tiny Tales of Terror for free as an ebook just for signing up. And the emails itself, you'll get a short story from me every week, and you'll get an indie horror author recommended by me for you to go and check out. And if you want more from the world of indie horror authors, check out the Constant Writers podcast. Season 1 wrapped a few weeks ago. You can find it wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can hit that link up there to watch the interviews here on my YouTube channel. There's some great conversations there. It's me talking to indie horror authors about them, their work, and their relationship with Stephen King. They pick out their favourite Stephen King books. We go full on geek out, all of that sort of stuff. It's well worth your time, even if I say so myself. Okay, let's get on to Maximum Overdrive. Now, as is the way with these videos, I will cluster any potentially spoilery reasons towards the end of my list of 19 reasons to watch this, and I'll give you a spoiler alert before they arrive. So if you need to bail, you can bail. But otherwise, well, there's going to be 19 reasons to watch this movie for you. So I hope you enjoy that. At the time of recording, this one doesn't appear to be streaming anywhere and doesn't appear to be available to purchase anywhere. So I guess you're going to try and have to hunt down a DVD, or, as we said with Silver Bullet, maybe see if you can find it in slightly less approved channels. Not approved by me, of course. That's totally up to you. Here are 19 reasons to watch Maximum Overdrive. Okay, so my headline reason is something I've already mentioned, Stephen King as director. But what I didn't mention in the introduction was that's also a drunk, coked out of his head Stephen King as director. Some bad decisions get made here, but there's money thrown at this, and it's still unbelievably entertaining and watchable. I think we've done it, guys. I think we've finally reached so bad it's good territory. This one is absolutely worth seeking out if you've never looked at it before. And if it's been a while since you watched it, go and watch it again. I reckon you'll have fun. So at the time of recording, this remains the only thing that King has directed. And when he was asked why he only ever directed Maximum Overdrive, his answer was simply to go and watch Maximum Overdrive. King himself has referred to this movie as a moron movie. He's clearly not particularly proud of it, but I still think it's a lot of fun. In fact, there are actually quite a few rumours that George A. Romero kind of ghost-directed parts of this, and while it's something that King has never outright admitted, it is accepted that Romero was on set during filming, and King would often turn to him for advice from a direction point of view. So, who knows? Maybe the Creepshow Dream Team were actually behind this all along. So, fun and random fact for you. Apparently, without Maximum Overdrive, Evil Dead would not have become a franchise. So let me explain. Stephen King was a big fan of the first Evil Dead movie. Sam Raimi was on set for Maximum Overdrive for some of this, got chatting to King, and told King how he was struggling to get his planned sequel greenlit. So one thing led to another. Stephen King introduced Sam Raimi to Dino De Laurentiis, and, well, Evil Dead 2 happened. There we go. We do have something to thank Maximum Overdrive for. Okay, so as you can probably tell by the fact we're up to reason 5 and I haven't really talked about the movie yet, this isn't exactly a high watermark of cinema, but it is entertaining, it's fast-paced, it's campy, it's action-packed, and you will have fun, okay? I should probably mention the hook of this one. I mean, I don't think I've been mentioning the hooks in any of these videos, but hey, I'm struggling for reasons here, so let's do it. The hook of this one is that the Earth passes through the tail of some weird green comet, and it causes all of the vehicles, all of the machines everywhere to come to life, and they take a dislike to humans. Yeah, carnage. So, the pain-inducing soundtrack is worth a mention here. It is done entirely by the band AC/DC. Yes, that's their guitars doing the stabby, stabby, stabby stuff. They even get their logo on the opening credits, which I really enjoyed first time I saw this. Now, apparently, the way King convinced AC/DC to do this was, well, he sang one of their songs to them. He sang Ain't No Fun Waiting Around to Be a Millionaire to the band, and they found it so hilarious they were like, yeah, okay, we'll soundtrack your movie. And the soundtrack is effectively their 1987 album, Who Made Who. Yeah, riffs. So talking music, King apparently wanted the lead role to go to some guy called Bruce Springsteen, but in the end, of course, it went to Emilio Estevez. Now, for such a campy, bad movie, Estevez is actually pretty good. I certainly don't think his performance warranted the Razzie that he was nominated for in 1987 for his work in Maximum Overdrive. Also noteworthy on the cast is Yeardley Smith as Connie. Why is that name familiar to you? Well, she's the voice of Lisa Simpson. But of course, the true face and true icon of this movie is the Green Goblin truck.
Alright, you bastard.
Whose face was modelled on the Green Goblin from the Spider-Man movies, and whose truck was full of toys. And, I don't know, just having a face on those now sentient vehicles just give it an extra level of threat, danger, and, well, coolness, let's admit it. So lastly, before spoilers, a fun fact about the Dixie Boy truck stop, which is the main location in the movie where our survivors hole up. This was built specifically for the movie. It is just a film set, but it was so convincing that real truckers actually started trying to stop there. So much so that the production crew had to take out advertising locally saying, it's not real, it's just a film set, please don't stop there. So they did do something right. Okay, consider this your spoiler alert, because from here on in we're talking about similarities and differences from the short story. Going to pick out some favourite scenes, favourite lines, Easter eggs, connections, all of those kind of things. Potentially stuff that might spoil it for you if you've not seen it before. So if you need to bail here, please do, and I'll see you soon. Otherwise, stick around, because I've got a few more reasons for you to watch Maximum Overdrive. So generally speaking, this movie is sort of largely the same story as the one in Night Shift, but there are a few differences. Primarily, the whole comet storyline as being the reason why everything has come to life and is attacking people, which totally works for the movie and is a bit more satisfying because the book kind of doesn't really have a reason, which works fine on page, but is difficult to translate on screen. The comet works. In fact, the comet arrives near Earth on the 19th of June, and of course we know the 19th of June 1999 would be a quite seismic day in the life of Stephen King, because that's when he was hit by the minivan while out driving. And it's a date we see in Creepshow in The Crate as well. So that date, it just keeps coming up. Spooky. So in the movie, we're not just limited to trucks and cars and vehicles attacking humans, it's seemingly all machines, which leads to the absolutely hilarious scene of the vending machine killing the baseball kids. Brilliant.
Oh! What the hell?
Now, I'm going to merge my personal favourite scene and favourite line together because they come at the same moment. And it's the moment where a man, played by Stephen King, gets called an asshole by an ATM.
Honey, come on over here, sugar buns. This machine just called me an asshole.
So there aren't many Easter eggs in this one, apart from the 19th of June and a main license plate on one of the trucks. But there are a few connections. There's Dino De Laurentiis, who we are very familiar with now because by this point he produced most of the Stephen King adaptations. And there's Emilio Estevez, who's the son of Martin Sheen, who was in Firestarter and The Dead Zone. Not only that, we get Leon Rippey in Maximum Overdrive, and he would later go on to star in both Under the Dome and 11/22/63, which we'll get to on this channel in what, 2 years? I don't know. Grim trivia for you. The lawnmower scene at the start, that actually resulted in cameraman Armando Nanuzzi getting a splinter of wood in his eye and damaging it to the point where he lost that eye and he basically never worked again. Not good. I'll wrap this up with a quite scary prospect. King's eldest son, Joe Hill, has expressed an interest in maybe reworking and remaking this, despite the fact that it was already remade for the 1997 TV movie, The God-Awful Trucks, which makes Maximum Overdrive look like The Godfather in comparison. Like, just leave it alone, guys. Let it rot.
I think I just loaded my pants.
Okay, so there we go. 19 reasons to watch Maximum Overdrive. Iconic, sure. Cult classic, sure. Brilliant piece of cinema, maybe less so. But let me know what you think in the comments, or hit me up on Instagram where I'm at Dave Musson. Come and chat Green Goblins, Coked Out King, potential remakes, all of that kind of stuff.
That's what I was doing before every machine in the world went into Maximum Overdrive.
And of course, as I mentioned at the start, feel free to check out the Constant Writers podcast, sign up to my newsletter, maybe pick up a copy of the Ultimate Stephen King Quiz book for yourself, or for a Stephen King fan that you know who might appreciate it. And well, that's about it for this video. Do join me next time because we're going into this month's book special and I've got another fun one planned. So join me for that. Take care.